Welcome to Nothing is OB South Texas Golf Podcast, episode 126. Tonight's special guest is Hunter Bott, fifth-year senior of the UTSA men's golf program. And you know me, 05 right here, baby, alum. So proud of my runners right here, and I'm super excited to have him on the show. We will get to Hunter here in a bit, but before we kick things off here, I'd like to thank my presenting sponsor, FOREBROS Tour. Never golf alone again. If you don't have a home, FOREBROS Tour has a home for you. We got our February 3rd Super Bowl one-man scramble held at Fort Sam out at beautiful La Loma course. A special thank you to General Manager Brandon Ellis and Pro Shop Manager Robert Vasquez for all their TLC into improving both of their courses out there in Fort Sam. Come out and join FOREBROS Tour. No fees, no hidden fees, nothing off the top. FOREBROS Tour, never golf alone again. And also, I'd like to thank Gold sponsor and FOREBROS Tour member Brad Ishins right here with Precious Metals Collectors Club. They have the lowest pricing for gold and silver coins, rounds, bars online. Make sure, guys, you hit up my boy Brad. Info right here. I'll run it down here. Hit him up at 210-274-5894. That is Brad Ishins. I'm so thankful for his partnership and his sponsorship of the Nothing is OB South Texas Golf Podcast. All right. But before, right here, one more thing before we get in. The views or opinions expressed by the host and guest may or may not be shared by the sponsor supporters. Listen at your own discretion. All right, guys, here we go. Just an explicit warning, just in case right here. All right. And if you're a younger child or a younger adult and you need your wife's permission, make sure you ask first right here. Okay, guys, without a further ado right here, let's go ahead and let me bring myself out into the mix over here. Okay, let's see right here. There we go. All right, here we go. Let's bring our man out here, Hunter Bott. Hunter, thank you so much for joining the Nothing is OB South Texas Golf Podcast.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, dude, you know what? I've seen you around, man. You know what? You've been out here in Roadrunner land for a bit. Super pumped to have you on the show. And just, man, it's your last ride at UTSA.
Yep, one more semester.
Well, tell me, all right. So you're from Montgomery, Texas. And for those people that don't know, that's a little bit outside of Houston. Have you had the chance to play the course that's out there in Montgomery?
Oh yeah, Blue Jack.
Yeah, Blue Jack.
Yeah, I caddied out there in high school. It's like 15 minutes from my high school, so was able to get on there and caddy and make a little side money, and then just got to play it a few times, and it's great. I love it.
All right, everybody says it's kind of like the Augusta of like Texas. Is that true?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'd say so, 100%. Yeah, it's great. It's always a treat going out there.
What's your lowest round out there, Blue Jack?
Ooh, I think one of the first times I played there, actually, I took it pretty low. I think maybe 66 or 65. It's a fun one. It's pretty wide open off the tee, and if you roll it out there, you can shoot some really good scores.
All right. So as we kick things off here and we learn a little bit more about you, I have to ask this question because a lot of people always ask me. How is it kind of you got Cameron Gaudillon, she's a friend of the podcast, a fellow Roadrunner. How is it that the women's program, and especially Cameron, has a lot of success? Is there any jealousy between the men's and women's programs, or y'all just kind of like birds of a feather flock together kind of thing?
Yeah, I wouldn't say jealousy is the right word. Cameron's a great player. I got to go out and watch her at regionals, and she, beat everybody out there, and it was pretty awesome to watch. I do wish we got to play a little bit more with everyone and all them, and just have fun little team matches. But schedules are busy, and it's tough to kind of get together and do that. But no, they're great, and it's fun watching them play for sure.
Who do y'all normally hang out with? Who do the golfers normally hang out with? Like, what other sport is that? Like,
well, I don't know, honestly. We all kind of hang out with each other. I wouldn't say we are big partiers in any way like that. So I think we kind of just hang out in our little fraternity that we got, and I mean, just stay as a family, I guess.
Come on, man. We're looking for some juice here. We want something juicy over here. We want to say, no, we're hanging out with the track team. We're hanging out with the tennis
Right.
players.
Uh,
The girls from Switzerland. Like the ones that barely speak English. We want something like that.
no, I wish I had more input on that, but I'm no, I don't
So,
got nothing on there.
so tell us how you made your way to San Antonio. Was San Antonio maybe the one of the few schools that recruiting you or the biggest program? How did you make your way to San Antonio?
I kind of started in the golf game late. I didn't start playing till freshman year of high school. I played a little bit in junior high, but I kind of got into it late. And I remember I was out at TPC, the Canyons course, playing in a golf tournament, and I kind of look over to the side. I was on hole 2, tee box. It was my first tee shot. I remember it like it was yesterday, and saw Coach Knauer, saw the bird on his shirt, and I somehow put 2 and 2 together and was like, oh, I think he might be watching me. And we formed a great connection, and my parents loved him, and I loved him, and so we kind of made that commitment.
Now, Hunter's referencing Coach K, Coach Kanar, who retired. I'm not gonna say last year or before last year's season, and Coach K had been here a long time, and he's a friend of the podcast, friend of the show. He took this program from nothing, and it has turned it into something. Now, how crushing was that to have him retire? Was it something that y'all saw as a team coming, or did it catch y'all off guard?
Yeah, no, he called a meeting like midway through the summer, which was out of I guess out of the norm. So we kind of had a feeling something happened. We weren't sure what. So yeah, I was out of the blue. I think everybody on the team respected him obviously and loved him, and we're like a big family here. So I mean, we're all grateful for the kind of the platform he was able to put us on to play some golf. And when he left, it was definitely tough. But our new coach, Coach Warnicky, he's amazing. He's done a great job and just kind of taking the reins and leading us in the same direction that Coach K put us on.
Yeah, and that's one thing, when I saw Coach K was retiring, I was like, bro, I just had you on the show like a month before this. You could have brought it out there. And I think something as a player, you're getting into you're in your 5th year here, one of the leaders of the team. And I guess you always hear of coaches kind of finding out, like doing stuff through text and kind of like informal. And I think that's the kind of man that Coach K is and Coach Kanar is that, personal. And I think that's one thing he always preached his family. How has it been having Coach Winterkey? Because I had him on the show too, having him as like a ball player, an athlete,
Yeah.
And I'm sure somebody who's a grinder and who loves to compete. How has that been?
Oh, it's been awesome. I mean, he's done a great job, and it's always fun if he ever plays with us. When he does play with us, he can come sometimes sneak up on you and almost beat you or beat you even. So that's really cool to see, and we'll have some good back and forth, just banter going on, and it's a lot of fun for sure.
And you get, I guess, it's always got to feel a little good, right? Beating your coach and beating, a Sam Houston State, right? Beating,
Right.
What is they? Are they Bobcats?
Bearcat, yeah.
There you go, right there. So who would you say right here? Because if it's on the internet, if it's on the podcast, that means it's true. So who's the top dog on the team right now?
Based off of scoring, I mean, I guess me. So that's fun. It comes with a little bit of responsibility to kind of show the guys. I work hard for it. Nothing's given in this sport. So if you work hard, the results usually show. But yeah, I had a really great semester last semester, and just kind of, proud to lead the team in that aspect. And we got 8 other great golfers on the team. So at any given point, it makes it fun that if you do slack off a little bit, they can beat you.
So how does that work for some people out there, and some of our listeners? We got a lot of comments here, and we'll get to some of them right here. Some guys are just maybe talking a little smack over here, right here. But as you have, like you stated, you have 8 golfers, and a lot of times, coaches and Coach Winterkey kind of told us towards the end of, as you get to conference play, he said, "Man, we're trying to catch lightning in a bottle," and as a coach, golf being an individual sport, but still like a good amount of team aspects, right? How does that, I guess, all play out to get those 5 guys that have to, compete in a team setting? Like I guess meaning the breakdown, or you got maybe 4 spots are locked in because of your track record and things like that, and then is there one spot up for grabs to where guys are playing like cutthroat, horse race or something? How does that
Right.
go?
Well, so one of the things I love that Coach Warnicki does is it's a clean slate every time we start qualifying. So we'll have 3 to 5 rounds of qualifying, and the top 3 players, generally the top 3 in that qualifying, get an automatic spot. So they're traveling that week. So that gives kind of the guys that maybe haven't traveled, or the freshmen or anybody like that, a chance to really prove themselves and make the lineup without anything. And then the next 2 guys are coaches' picks. So whether it's somebody maybe was sick one day and didn't have it, and they put themselves out of qualifying or whatever it might be, they still have that chance to be able to go, but they have to rely on a coach's pick.
Now, and I think as a golfer, Division 1 collegiate golfer at a program that is just on the rise, I guess that's something as a competitor you can just totally respect, right? I mean, like it's just,
Yeah,
and it also kind of keeps you sharp, right? Like no days taken off, correct?
exactly. Yeah, yeah. You don't want to go out there and get beat by your best friends out there. I mean, it'll wear on you after a while. So you want to go out there and in qualifying and give it your all and treat it like a tournament.
So let's get to a couple of comments right here. We got right here. I got Paul Sharp right here. Hunter, if you weren't a golfer, what other sport would you play? Don't
No
give me don't give me
baseball.
no. I was gonna say, don't give me no stuff like like badminton or something like.
Right. Yeah, no, hands down baseball. I mentioned I didn't start playing till late. I was my dad played baseball at U of H, University of Houston, so I was raised in the locker room, and just kind of that was my first love in sport, was baseball, and played that all the way up until high school, and loved every bit of it.
And I love it. And it seems like as a coach, I'm just a middle school coach, but as a coach, you like those multi-sport guys because it you learn how to compete, right? You learn how to you got that grit, you got that grind, you got that dog in you, and I love that right here. And that's something I want to get to a little bit later. But right there, are your plans to go pro following this year? You're going to try to give it a good go.
Yeah, yeah. Graduate in May, and then hopefully after there, it's a smooth climb to the top.
So as we get into your final ride here at UTSA, why don't you kind of just take us through some of your golf journey as you were able to? I mean, this obviously your dad being a ball player in Houston, was it a big deal to get a golf scholarship to UTSA?
I think so. Man, I was just looking for a place to play. Honestly, at that point, like I said, I was so late into it, and I did definitely. I had a little bit of success in junior golf. I won an AJGA event, so that definitely helped kind of boost and get my name out there a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it was surreal almost getting a Division 1 offer to play college golf.
Has it been has there been some growing pains, as you've been in Conference USA and then to the Athletic American Conference?
Um, I haven't really seen the difference of the two yet, because in golf, like every tournament isn't necessarily like you see the same teams regardless of what conference you're in by tournament. So I haven't seen much, if any at all, difference. Our schedule's pretty much been the same as last year. Um, and I mean, we'll see when it comes conference time. I know it's a different golf course, different teams that we got to compete against, and they took the match play out of conference, I believe. So it'll be different once we get to that point. But as of yet, I haven't seen much of a difference.
Now, as you play these different courses, I know coach your coach and Coach Winterkey, his job is to just pretty much get y'all ready for conference, right? And congratulations. I said it off air, but congratulations on your 85th ranking individually in
Thank you.
Division One. And man, like when you see those posts or whatever, you kind of brush them off, or you kind of like, hey, man, this is what I work for. I want to see. I want to see something up there,
Yep.
to where like your hard work is being rewarded.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it.
And so do you kind of throw that around, like, hey, 85, ocho cinco, baby.
I'm a pretty. I would describe myself as pretty humble. I don't like the shit talk, I guess you could say. I don't know. Maybe I should participate in that a little more, but I try and stay away from it and just kind of keep my head down and do my own thing. So to answer your question, no, I don't really throw that around much, but it is in the back of my mind something that if I am struggling with anything golf wise, I know I'm pretty good at the game. So that makes it better to get through the hard times.
Does it do other guys try to do that to you, to rattle you? Because you know what, you got to have the game to back it up. Like I'm a shit talker out there on the course. Like I'm a little dude. I have to play mind games. Like I have to play mind games with you. I gotta like, not to where it's breaking golf etiquette to where you're coughing in someone's backswing, or
Right.
lining up or whatever, your shadow or something. But you gotta do some little dirty tricks just to try to bring you down to my level.
Right. Right.
I got right here. I got Renee, real me right here. I can take him. Well, I want to see, man. You got to come on out. You got to come on out to FOREBROS, dude. Hey, come on, play with FOREBROS. Hey, we got some collegiate golfers that play with us. We got some plus golfers right here, and
There you go.
it's a lot of shit talk. It's a lot of gamesmanship. That's what it
There you
is.
go. Okay, yeah, good deal. No, I mean I can take the heat. I don't know. I guess I'm a shy person maybe, or I'm just more humble and kind of laid back. And I'm like, you know what, y'all can talk it, but let's see who can show it.
And I like that. You let your play do the talking. All right. So coming off a pretty successful fall season right here, as you get ready for the spring, and hey, it's money time right here. This is where y'all make your money as golfers right here. Kind of take us through. You had a big tournament. You had a runner-up finish out at the Clerical Invitational out there in Oklahoma at Cedar Ridge. Kind of take us through. You were down a little bit, but you were in the hunt. You saw the sights, and you're able to force a sudden death playoff. Kind of take us through some of those feels, some of that round, because if anybody knows, man, hey, like there's some pressure situations out there.
Yeah, no, that was a round I'll probably always remember. The weather was awful. Raining, windy. I mean, kind of cold. Anything you can think of to make golf uncomfortable. I remember I made it was a shotgun start. I think I teed off on hole 4. So I don't know. I'm not really a leaderboard watcher, so I don't know exactly where I was, but I was on hole 1, which would have been my 16th hole. I made it's a converted par 5 into a par 4, and just made a bogey on that one. It's a tough hole with the wind and the rain and all that. It's long par 4. So made bogey there, and I just kind of told myself, like, I feel like I'm playing good enough to be beating a lot of people today. So let's just kind of stay in it. Next hole, the second hole out there. So my 17th is a par 3. I think it was 172-ish yards, and a little downwind, perfect for a little draw, and hit a 9-iron to 25 feet and made it. So birdied 17 and then made go to 18, hit a good tee shot. And I'll never forget this. Coach Wernicke's right here, wind and rain in my face, like just nasty. Parents had their umbrellas by the greens, and just hit just the most flush 8-iron I've ever hit in my life to about 2 feet, knocked that one in. Next thing you know, I'm in a playoff, and it was. So that tournament was special too, because I had a Corn Ferry start on the line. So if you win, you get a Corn Ferry start.
Yeah.
So I missed out on that, but man, that was so cool coming down the stretch and being nervous and just doing it when it counted.
And I think that's one thing as a coach, we try to put and I say kids, and I'm not trying to say your kid, as we try to put our players, our athletes in those pressure type situations, right? Because you
Yeah.
cannot, you can't duplicate those in practice. Those
Oh,
don't
no.
just
Yeah.
come.
No, you can't. I mean, that's one of those days though too that I mean, you'd be rather on the couch than playing golf, but we were out there and grinding for 6 hours, however long that round took, and it was so cool. It was awesome.
So okay. So I know you said you're not a leaderboard watcher, and some golfers, you got some jerks out there that'll tell you, "Hey, man, you're in the lead," or "Hey, you're one back," or "Hey, does your coach?" And I think is it Coach Ashley, the assistant coach,
Coach
right?
Ashley.
Coach
Yep.
Ashley, right here. Who kind of sticks around with you, or what is something that Hunter needs? Or are you good just kind of being on your own, or do you like it just when they come back and they kind of just check on you? Because as I
Yeah.
followed Cam, and I've also checked you out, and David Harrison out there at the Valero Collegiate, right? And then I think it's a year or two when y'all had the Cabo. I think y'all had the
Mhm.
Cabo. They brought
Yep.
it to the JW right there at TPC San Antonio, and I was able to follow y'all some. How is it? Do you have take us kind of through what you like or what you need from your coaches to kind of support you the best out there?
For me, so Coach Ashley's usually on par threes and par fives. Coach Wernicke kind of just hops around to whoever might need him. Just about all year last year, Wernicke walked with me just about every round. I mean, for the full 18 holes, at least in the second semester. Um, I was kind of struggling with my game, but not really. I was playing good, but just wasn't getting anything out of it. So I asked him, "Could you just walk with me um, to just kind of maybe calm me down or try and figure out what's going on to make me better in the future?" And he did that, and I mean that was great. I loved that. And then um, so the back nine, I think the whole back nine of the Clerico, Coach Wernicke was with me every shot. So I kind of knew when he came and hopped on that I was pretty close to the lead or whatever.
He wasn't gonna hop on if back 30 spots or something like that, right?
Yeah, yeah. No, I think I would have had to ask him if I was back that far, but with me being right there, he came up to me on, and I must have been my ninth hole probably, and he was like, "Hey, you want me to walk with you?" And I said, "Yeah, let's go." So
And I think that's something huge, right? That's something huge for a coach who hasn't been here that long, and to try to know, because every player is different, right? Like the day and age of just being a hard ass or kind of being the same with every player, like those days are over, right? You have to you got to be a little something different for each of your players to make sure to try to get that, like Coach Winterkey told me on his podcast, that catch that lightning in the bottle. And
yep.
so take us through that sudden death. You forced the playoff. What happened? How did you finish runner up? That's what we want to hear.
Yeah. Oh man, first hole. Um, well, oh yeah. Okay, so first hole we both hit good shots in the green. I hit a little closer. I think I had like 12 feet, and just grazed the edge. I hit a really good putt. Didn't go in, so we both par the first, which was the 18th hole out there. And then we go to 10, and he hits it. He hits it right, and so he hit first, and he hit it right. So I was standing over that tee shot, like, man, if I just hit the fairway, I win. Like I knew that it was a 3 wood, but it was still rainy. I mean, I had gone through like 6 gloves that day. It was awful weather, but anyways,
Were
he
they
hits it
were they, were
right.
they I don't mean to cut you off, but were they Kirkland gloves?
No, they weren't Kirkland. I go with the Titleist, so
Sorry, I
no,
got
you're
to throw that
good.
in there. Kirkland is the number one glove of Nothing Is OB podcast, right?
Okay, good to know. There we go. No, he hits it right, and I'm just standing over that tee shot. Like if I hit the fairway, it's over. And I just got a little quick and hooked it left in the trees. Hit a great shot into the front bunker, and then he can only just chip out. So got up there. He left his next shot short, so he makes a bogey, and I got like 5 feet for par. I hit a really good bunker shot. It was like a 25-yard bunker shot. Hit a really good one, 5 feet, just a huge curler, and missed that one. So That
Would
one
that
wasn't a great putt, but that
would
was a
that
nervous one.
would that have won to you? Would that have
Yeah,
won you?
that one would have won. Yep.
Oh, so
So
you
now I've missed 2 putts. I've been last to putt twice and missed them both. So I'm like, well, okay. So we go to the
damn.
next. It's a short par 4. Hit him up there. I have 15 feet for birdie and just graze the edge again. Hit another great putt. Missed it. He goes next and leaves it that far short, right in the middle. So I was like, okay, we're still alive. So we both par that one and go to 18, and I hit it in the bunker and make a bogey, and it's game over. So, yeah, I hit 2 out of, I mean, 2 great putts, unmakeable putts. They didn't fall. It wasn't meant to be. So,
Yeah. I'm
but
just I'm thinking right there, just because um it's tough, right? And those putts are different than the putts you practice out at TPC, right? Those,
mhm,
or when you're over, say the simulated putt at like Putt View, you can't duplicate those. And so those are things that now, since you've had that experience, is that something that's kind of like you replay in your mind? Because like when you're younger, or when you're playing ball or something, hey, this is off of Maddox, to win the game. This is off of, freaking Snell, or this is off of somebody, right, to win the game.
sure.
Is this something that kind of like, I'm not gonna say you replay in your mind, but that you practice like with this purpose?
Yeah, I mean, you always. I mean, that's why I practice. That's why just about most golfers, competitive golfers, practice is to get themselves in that situation. Um, and man, that putt on the second playoff hole, I had some nightmares about it for a while. It that one, I wanted that one to go in for sure, but it wasn't meant to be. And I mean, that's why we practice, is to get in that situation. So that the fact that I was in that situation was pretty good. So
Well, I'm going to tell you, and that's what coaches do, to try to put you in those situations. And it was your play. It was your play that got you into that situation. You know what? And everything, I'm a true believer. Everything happens for a reason. So you know
yes,
what?
sir.
Maybe you were put in that situation because you weren't ready for all that success. But you know
Yep.
what? It's coming. It's coming. You keep knocking. You keep knocking. It's going to answer. It's something that's going to answer. And I know you are going to build off of that, because, and like you said, golf is a mental game, because a lot of times, I'm sure you see it, right, in the collegiate game, that everybody can hit. Everybody can hit the rock. Everybody can roll the rock. It's just those guys that are able to stay right
Yep.
present in that present moment, right?
Yep. Absolutely. Yes, sir. That's the whole game.
So tell us right here. Let's talk some favorites right here. Favorite course outside. I mean, obviously, just in case y'all don't know, the men's and women's programs out of the University of Texas at San Antonio, they practice. Their home course is TPC San Antonio, and they do have a facility out there it's gorgeous, it's nice, it's beautiful out there. But tell us, what is your favorite course outside of TPC?
Number one's Oak Hills for sure. Outside TPC, Oak Hills. Yeah, it's great. It reminds me of home. The only difference really that I see out there is that there's Zoysia tee to green, but other than that, I mean, it fast greens. It's a lot of fun to play there.
Lightning fast. Do,
Yeah.
do you like do you like how they have finishing part threes,
Oh,
nine and nine and
yeah,
18?
yeah. They're 2 great par threes. So downhill, yeah, they're awesome. They're fantastic.
And I told you off air that my favorite, and people can attest that it sounds about right. My favorite thing about the course is their snack station. I think their snack station, between I don't know, it's like 7, 6, but man, I think like they got them peanuts, they got them crackers,
Yeah,
they got that jelly,
yeah,
man.
good stuff.
Oh
Good
gosh, I
stuff.
love that place. All
Yeah.
right, so favorite club in your bag.
Ooh, probably 9 iron. 9 iron. I don't know why.
Got you out of some jams, or no, or just smooth.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, when I'm on the range practicing, that's the club I go to. I mean, I couldn't tell you why it's my favorite. I like hitting it.
Uh, let's see what else. All right, favorite golf movie.
Golf movie. Ooh. 7 Days of Utopia. That's a
Oh
good one.
man, you're one of
Yeah.
those kind of guys. You're one of those kind of
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Did
To
you
see it, feel
notice
it, trust it.
did you notice in that movie where they played the Valero Open? Did you notice what course it was where they played the Valero Open? Because it wasn't TPC.
No. Is it right here? What's this course called right by campus?
No, not Cedar
La
Creek.
Cantera?
Not
La
La
Cantera?
Cantera.
No.
Boot Ranch.
Oh, is it Boot Ranch? I've never been
Yeah,
out
Boot
there.
Ranch. I've never been out there either. I think I tried to sniff out there, try to make my way in there, and no, they they know my kind. The security got rid of me real quick. All right, what has been maybe what some of the biggest differences that you've had from Coach K to Coach Winterkey? If there's been a big difference or something maybe that he's put his stamp on this team that this is his.
Sure. Well, I think it's going to differ because I was a freshman and sophomore and junior, I guess, with Coach K. So I was a little younger, a little less, I guess, less, what's the word? Experienced. But what I loved about Coach K and what made me a better golfer in the end was he let me make mistakes out there on the golf course. Like you see, freshmen, like I didn't really know exactly what I was doing. College golf is a lot harder than anything I had been used to. And there's just like little things that you kind of have to learn on your own and you kind of have to go through it and make those mistakes because him telling me, hey, like in this situation you can't do that. I might not fully get it unless I am in that situation and make that mistake. So that's one of the that and obviously Coach K. I mean he's a life coach. He's a father figure to a lot of guys. He's an awesome human being. But coaching wise, he kind of let you make your own mistakes, and I think that made a lot of us better golfers in the end. And then Wernicke, I mean, so he got me my senior and this year, so I'm a little bit more experienced. I might not have as many questions to ask when it comes to because I've been there in a lot of the experiences that I could lean on him for, and he would have the answer to it like that. Like I know he's very because I hear him talking to some of the younger guys, and he kind of does the same thing in that regard. But he, for me, he's just been an awesome person to go to with because I struggle with chipping. I go to him for advice on that, and he's always great to answer and just kind of figure it out with me, if that makes sense.
No, and I think you said too that I guess I don't know. I'm gonna put myself in your shoes that as you were kind of coming down that last nine out there at the Clerical Open or the Clerical Invitational, that he was just there for you. And I
Hmm.
think that's thing that maybe like he stated, as being an experienced player, you kind of don't need a lot of people to tell you what to do, but it's just kind of being there and being present, right? And I think uh,
Yeah,
even being an experienced guy, you still want coach to be there, right? You still want someone to be
absolutely.
around, right?
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, and just because he's seen some great golfers. He's coming from Louisville, so he's seen golfers that are, I mean, going to be on the PGA Tour in the next couple of years. So he knows what great looks like. And so that's awesome to have him down the stretch at a tournament. It makes it a little bit easier to kind of step back and take a breath and kind of soak it all in.
And I love to hear that. I love to hear that. Is there anything that like maybe one of your biggest goals that you have? Because with this being in January, a lot of times we have our New Year's resolutions. And I always talk to some of the best golfers, and especially you being a leader of this team, a fifth year senior leader. What is maybe some of your golf resolutions you have, and that's something you would love to see happen, not only as an individual and maybe team wise?
Yeah, individually, I think the small goals that I can do to reach a bigger goal of becoming a professional golfer on the PGA Tour this year, I definitely want to put myself in position to win a few times, and I mean I can do that by I just got to get a little better around the greens and be a more consistent putter. Tee to green, I do pretty good, but chipping and putting, I mean, obviously you can't ever get too good at those things. So those are definitely my goals for this year. I mean, just little things that all will add up to the main goal at the end. Uh, for team, I mean, I'd love to see us get to regionals. I think that's my goal for the team. Just if we can make it back there and have some of the younger guys experience what I luckily got to for the first time in school history, my sophomore junior year. I don't. They all combined together with COVID, but sophomore year, I think. Um, I think that'll help them with years to come at this program.
And you know what? I remember Coach K talking about that team that y'all made it down to the last, right? I think the last
Yep.
match play, right? And everything kind of went down to the wire, right? It went down to the
Yeah.
wire.
Yep.
And, and unfortunately, y'all didn't make it. But I think at the end of the day, as a competitor, right, you just want to put yourself and just do you want to be that guy? Do you want it all on the line for your team? Do you want to be that guy? That's what I want to know.
I would love it. Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's when I feel like I thrive, is when my hands are shaking and I'm nervous and it's on the line. That's when I love it. My focus is heightened and it's so much fun. Just hard to describe it.
No, I think any competitor that knows, like, man, you're giving me goosebumps right here because I love to hear that. Like, even like your Division One, you're ranked 85th in Division One individually. Like, so, you got a lot of skin in the game in that. You have these pressures, right? You have these feels, and I think at the same time, it's like those roller coasters, right? We want those ups, right? We want those ups, and sometimes it happens with those downs and those lows, right? Craziest story out there on the golf course.
Ooh.
Or craziest thing you've seen or happened to you?
Just off the top, I was playing back at home, and I flew it straight in the hole on one of the holes, and it popped out and went off the green. So that was fun. That was kind of like, what the heck just happened? That was pretty crazy, but that was like not a normal thing.
Ever had a hole in one?
I have, yeah, only one out at the Oaks, number 7. It was in a qualifier my freshman year. The double green, hole 2,
The double
hole
green,
7.
yes.
Yeah,
double green.
So
How far was it?
my
How
only
far
one.
was it? How far was it? What?
63, and it was in the morning, and it was in the springtime, so it was cold, and I hit an 8-iron, so it was a good one.
You said your 9-iron's your favorite club, but damn, I keep hearing these stories about your 8-irons.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I need to switch it to my 8-iron.
All right, so right here, okay, so let's see right here, okay, best golf memory that you've had.
Ooh, golf memory. Well, I love playing with my parents back at home. That's a lot of fun. My mom just got into it. We've made some good memories. I watched her make her first birdie just recently, actually, and so that's fun. And then when I first started playing, when I couldn't drive, my grandparents used to pick me up and take me and drive me around the course, and I would play. That's something that sticks with me.
So what's your home track there back in Montgomery?
Wood Forest Golf Club.
See, I try to make. I'm starting to create my way into some Houston courses, right, in surrounding areas. I got several buddies live in like Lake Jackson. They live in Richmond, Humble. So I'm starting to I'm kind of trying to make my way around, right. I got some right here. Some comments right here. Orlando Lotta right here. Never seen 7 Days in Utopia. Gonna watch it. Well, okay. Have you ever been to the course?
I haven't. No.
Okay. Don't. I mean, everybody's got to go, right? Let's put it this way. It was COVID and everything was kind of shut down in the city. And I'm sure you remember, hey, when things kind of stopped because y'all were like about to hit, I think, hit conference play or the conference tournament, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, everything kind of shut down. And so golf, like, as the city shut down, they closed all the courses, right? Well, the only courses we could play is like 30 minutes, like outside of the city. And Utopia was like one of the few courses that still had carts. You could still play. Yeah. And we go play it. It was a freaking goat track. I mean, man, these greens were bumpy. It was raining. But the guy in the pro shop was really nice. And they have, all the movie memorabilia out there. and they have the painting. They have the painting out there, the tree
Okay.
to try
Yeah.
the shot, right?
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
try the shot.
Oh yeah.
And I'd have to say that was pretty cool. But like, if I would go back out there again, like,
Mm-hmm.
probably not, right? I mean, it was a track, it was a goat ranch,
Right.
but I can say I played it. Did you try the shot? Yeah, of course. I was like, I can't draw to save my life, man. I'm drawing freaking stick figures over here.
That's awesome.
And so right here, I got Alan right here. I can never pronounce his name. Played with this guy. I should have asked him how to pronounce his name. I think it's Johan Meyer. I don't know. 7 Days is good. It's a good track. It's a good track. It's a good movie. So as we kind of come down to the end of this podcast right here, what is something that you would love to say to your team as y'all kind of this is your last ride. This is your last ride as a Roadrunner.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, I mean, just hard work. It never goes away. If you put in the work, what you reap from it doesn't ever go away. Whether that be in the life of business or in the life of golf or whatever it might be. If you work hard at it, it'll stick with you and you'll get what you deserve, type of thing. And yeah, just work harder than the guy next to you. I think that's about it.
What would you say if somebody's never heard about you, never seen you before, and they go to follow, maybe somebody in your group? What's something that they are going to see from you? What is something that you're going to show, you're going to display as you're playing out there in a twosome, in a threesome? What is something that somebody's going to learn just from watching you play the game?
Well, I hope that older me can say this now. Freshman year me, that doesn't count. But no, I hope that my demeanor looks up to par, I guess. I remember my parents would always tell me if I played bad, like they would never get mad at me if I played bad because that'd be ridiculous. But if I acted bad, they'd let me know about it. So it's something that's always stuck with me, that if you need to always act the way that you want to be portrayed off the golf course, on the golf course, if that makes sense. So doesn't matter if I hit a bad shot or if I, make a dumb mistake or whatever it might be, make a bogey on a par five, like things that really would make me mad. Hopefully I can portray outwards something that doesn't embarrass myself or my family or anybody around me.
Last question. That's beautiful, brother. And it's as a coach, you want to hear that from your players right there, and especially from one of your leaders right there. As my last question right here, who are you playing your final round of golf with?
Final round of golf with what do you mean? Can you
like your final round of golf on this earth?
On this earth? Ooh. Well, I'd probably have my wife as my partner. She doesn't play much. And then love to play with just a family fivesome.
You can play with as many as you like, man. It's your last round.
Then let's invite the whole family.
Where would you play?
Where would I play? Oh man, I've always wanted to play Wolf Creek up in Nevada. But I mean, if it's my final round, I think we'll go play Augusta.
Right, just for shits and giggles, right?
Yeah, we'll just sneak out there, make it happen.
Well, hey, Hunter, thank you so much for being on the show, brother. Man, I know I'm jabbing in. I'm jabbing in, man. I'm trying to chisel away right here. Thank you so much for letting us in, and we wish you nothing but the best this year. I'm always pulling for my runners, always pulling for my guys. We wish you and your team nothing but success. And man, I know y'all are going to give it a good run, and I'm super happy that you found your way to SA. You're a runner, and I'm super proud of my school, and keep making us proud, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
All right, man. If you wouldn't mind staying on real quick as I pay some bills right here, just so I can kind of close out with you, I'd so appreciate it.
Perfect.
All right, guys, we really want to thank Hunter and really support him. Fellow road runner right there, great dude. I appreciate his time. They kick off their tournament schedule, their spring schedule, here in a few weeks right there, guys. Make sure, guys, if you've never played out with the FOREBROS Tour event, make sure you hit us up, guys. Come and check us out right here. FOREBROS Golf Tour. Never golf alone again, guys. All right. We take no fees. We take none of your money. Guys, we are always about our bros. Our next event right here coming up is out at Fort Sam. That is February 3rd. It is the Super Bowl one-man scramble. If you're not too familiar with that is, everybody hits 2 balls. You take the best out of the 2. All right. Sometimes you might not need to. Sometimes you have to right here. All right. Also, I want to thank my gold sponsor right here. I want to thank Brad Ishins. I want to thank Brad Ishins with Metal Stacks right here. Metal Stacks is a precious metals collectors club that has the lowest pricing for gold, silver, rounds, bars online. They offer 3 different options. You can purchase silver and gold at retail. You can join the club and purchase precious metals at either wholesale or cost. And also, the third one, you can join Brad's team where you can earn free silver unlimited retail commissions and bonuses up to $16,000 per week. If I trust Brad, you should too. Make sure you text Nothing is OB to Brad at 210-274-5894 to learn more. Or you can visit his Facebook page. Or lastly, you can visit his website at www.msbrad.com. I trust Brad. You should too. All right, guys, right here. We want to thank you so much for joining the show tonight right here. Please continue to support the podcast. Continue to support my runners and Hunter Bott. Remember, guys, in the game of life,